Hello, welcome to the Pitch and Moan podcast, the show where we take a theme and turn it into an idea. My name is Luke, and joining me as always are my co-hosts Aidan.
Hello.
And Helen.
Hello.
Today's episode will be pitching movies based on a video game, but before we get into that, what have you been up to, Aidan?
Past 2 weeks, I went to Yorkshire last weekend for my sister's baby shower.
Yeah.
I did a driving lesson.
Cool.
Yeah, but Yorkshire, let's talk about that for a sec. Has anyone ever been to Yorkshire?
Yeah.
Yorkshire. Bloody hell, there's a lot of hills in Yorkshire.
Do you not like Yorkshire?
Everything is either a hill or a narrow road. There's no in between.
That's true, that we did, my mum and dad watch Countryfile a lot, so they watched an episode on the Yorkshire Dales, and the week after they made us go up to it, and it was fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's just a massive hill, fucking sheep.
Sheep and moors. There's so much moors. It's really shit. Some nice scenery though.
Yeah.
So you didn't like it?
No, not really. It's not my cup of tea.
Sorry, go
What about
on.
you, Helen? What's up?
Oh,
What's been happening with you?
Past 2 weeks, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
what did I do last week? Well, I've been to Manchester, and I tried this cocktail bar there called The Alchemist.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's quite good, apparently.
The menu's really cool, because it's the periodic table, and in the little symbols is different cocktails. And then when you get your cocktail, it's all bubbling and frothing, and it looks like it's smoking, and it's really cool.
Smart.
You can get
What's
ones
that
where
called?
it's like, not Bunsen burners, I can't think what they're called, those like pipes that filter in your drinks and stuff like that. You can get stuff with those in.
Yeah, you can also get little flasks, and then you pour a bit of your drink in it to make it feel like you're a scientist or something. I don't know, it's a little gimmick, but it's still good.
Is that expensive?
It is, kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
They're £7 each.
Bloody
Cheapest
hell.
one is about £5, and they're the non-alcoholic ones.
That's a bit shit. But
Yeah.
£7 for a gimmicky
But the
bar, so I think it's not
atmosphere
bad.
was pretty nice. It was good to go for one and just watching it bubble up. It's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. It's sort of like a party kind of thing, innit? You're not going to go there and get pissed up just for the sake of it, like a weekend do.
Yeah.
No. It's more of,
It's more of an
just one
experience than anything, I'd think.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do food there as well. I think that's reasonably priced, because I looked at the menu on that was just normal prices.
I think I used to know a guy who works there. He always used to post up pictures of these weird cocktails that he'd made or he'd ordered or something like that. But yeah, they're all like sort of scientific shit.
Yeah, it is. It's nice there. Even the decorative, just the way it's decorated is nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna whisper.
Right.
I couldn't sleep last night because I could hear next door getting a blowjob.
Wait, how do you hear someone getting a blowjob?
Yeah, but how?
Because the walls are paper thin.
Oh, was it like, I don't know, like gagging noises or something? Maybe?
Yeah. Just weird noises like that.
Fair enough.
Alrighty then.
Must have been a good blowjob if you can hear it though.
Oh.
Yeah, occasional banging on the wall. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just want to sleep.
So, yeah,
Once you hear it though,
occasional gag.
you keep hearing it. You can't just switch off.
Yeah.
And,
I know what you mean.
You should have whispered things through the wall, just shove it in!
Anyway, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I went on your driving lesson thing, Aidan. We had a funny way of conditioning you to not stall, which is,
Yes.
I think you appreciated it a lot. What's your favourite song in all the world?
It's not my favourite song. The worst song in the entire world is Walking in Memphis.
So, well, you don't like Walking in Memphis, and you also don't like, was it Never Forget by Take That?
Yeah, well, it's not the song, it's just the choir boy part. It just goes through me.
I made a mix of the two songs together in a really sort of jarring way.
What was that? What song?
Never Forget by Take That. It's the one where it's like, we've come so far.
Oh, I hate Take That.
Yeah.
It was that and Walking in Memphis.
Oh no.
Yeah. What he did is he made like a mashup of the two songs,
Do you know?
and every time I stalled or did something wrong, he'd play the mashup as a punishment.
Yeah.
Luke, you have to make a YouTube channel and just upload really random mixtapes. Just keep making mixes.
That's all I ever do. I just get annoying shit and make them and smash them together.
And what you can do is make download links to them and give them out as royalty-free tracks, and people will use them in their videos.
The thing is as well,
It'd be funny.
it takes maybe about 2 hours or something to finish one off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have the time to do it, but once I'm doing it, I can't stop it. It's got to sound
It's
right.
fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It is fun. I like editing.
So we did that, and then there's a couple films watched over the 2 weeks. We watched Fast and Furious 8, because we watched the last episode I mentioned that we started all of them. So we went to watch that at the cinema because it was only cheap. But it was disappointing because it seems like, if you remember last episode, I mentioned that if you imagine that Vin Diesel's a robot,
He's a robot.
from the first film, it makes it so much funnier. Like, there's a bit in Furious 7 where he just lifts a car, and he doesn't really struggle with it whatsoever. But the unfortunate thing with the latest film is it kind of does everything to kind of dismiss my theory. Like, there's a bit where there's an EMP that goes off, but Vin Diesel's fine after it. But for some reason his car is as well, so that doesn't make sense, so I can skip over that. There's a bit where he cries, and the main sort of twist or whatever in the film kind of also ruins the fact he's a robot, but I can find a loophole.
To cry now and again.
Yeah.
Just to weigh him off the scent.
Every film they upgrade him just a bit more to make him more human, but he's still cybernetic underneath.
Yeah. Do you reckon he's a robot in real life?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was the Iron Giant, weren't it?
Have you seen him in Riddick?
No, we've been thinking of watching Riddick and Triple X to see if they're as funny as the Fast and Furious films.
I remember watching it when I was a kid and I was obsessed with it.
I could never get into stuff like that. They always look like just cheesy action films.
Yeah,
but now
are.
I'm all about them.
Yeah.
I'm all about cheesy action films now. So we watched that. Yes, last night we went to watch Guardians 2. That's good. I know you've not watched it yet, so I won't really mention anything about it.
Please don't.
It's about as good as the first one. It's fine. And then we also watched Split over the weekend. You know, the James McAvoy film.
The thriller.
Yeah, but the thing is this. You're sort of introduced to these girls and these blokes and whatever, and it starts off, it's a bowling competition, and it's all about this woman who's turning 30, and she's trying to find this, like, her ideal husband. So you're introduced to these, whatever it is, 3 women and these bunch of blokes who go bowling, and we got about maybe 45 minutes into the film, and we're like, are we on the right fucking film here? We thought they're spending so much time on character development here if they're only going to get kidnapped in a second.
Yeah.
And then, as it turned out, there was 3 films that came out in 2016 called Split, and we were on the complete wrong film.
Oh my god.
So we'd watched 45 minutes about this rom-com about a woman who falls in love with someone and likes bowling.
Oh, fucking hell. Split is in bowling.
And it was fucking late as well, so we were like, what do we do? Do we just go to sleep? So then we found the right version of Split, and then we watched that. And it's a good film, but I just can't believe we spent fucking 45 minutes watching this shitty rom-com.
You might as well have just finished it.
I know, that's the thing, it was so bad, but I was also kind of tempted to just go on Google and read what happens, who she ends up with.
You should have done. I would have done.
But no, the proper Split's pretty good. It's really weird. I like that. So that's all we did, really.
It's quite an interesting 2 weeks, to be fair.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was alright. We went to the beach yesterday as well, and I rode a boat.
Oh, yeah.
I've done that
I remember
before.
the video you
It's
showed me.
good.
Yeah, singing the Hawaii
What kind of
Five-O
boat was
theme.
it?
Yeah.
It was one of those, not a pedal boat, but it's one of those ones where it's sort of like diesel powered or something, where you just press the pedal down and it goes. So not like a rowing.
Yeah. I know what kind, yeah. That's,
Yeah.
I think the same one I had to go at.
So that was pretty fun. It was only it was £10 for the 2 of us, and we did it for about 20 minutes.
When you're sailing a boat, do you make sure that you don't go past a certain line so you don't nick it?
Yeah, you can't. You can't go past the bridges when we did it.
But then there's not enough fuel in it anyway. They purposely don't put enough in.
Yeah, I was thinking they must go through a shit ton of fuel for those things because they're only small, but they'll have to keep filling it up, and it's going to run out because they constantly run, so you can accelerate it, but it's always constantly moving as well. It's never just stationary.
for 20 minutes, did you say?
Yeah, so we split it £5 each. But then they also charge triple rate if you go past the time, so we ended up maybe doing it for about 15 minutes or something like that. But it's long enough, you're only on a little lake.
Okay, yeah.
I remember doing something similar to that, but in the Lake District,
Yeah.
Cumbria. we hired out like a little teeny shitty boat.
Yeah.
It was fun. But,
That'll be a good place to do it.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a really good place. I really enjoyed it. I think we did it for half an hour. I don't know how much it was. It was about 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was alright. I enjoyed it.
Do you want to move on to the next segment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this segment we are going to be discussing movies based on video games. I've got a little list here, so half of these I haven't seen. But is there any that you know of that you've seen that you want to talk about?
No, I don't think I've ever seen a game.
You may
Really?
have, but not realised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Resident Evil.
Yeah.
See,
not the
Resident
newer
Evil's a
ones.
good one to
I've seen the
start
older
with.
ones when I was younger.
Yeah, I saw the older ones. But I can't think of any more.
The Silent Hill, that's one of my favourites.
Yeah, I've got Silent Hill on the list.
I've not watched that one.
Yeah, I've got a few. So we'll go through some of them. So Resident Evil's the main one I've got on here because I've seen all except for the new ones. Nicole made me watch them. And they're always fucking on TV, aren't they? So
Yeah, they're always on TV.
what's your thoughts on the Resident Evil films then?
Cheesy
Yeah.
and really rubbish, but still
It doesn't really
enjoyable.
feature. It doesn't really feature characters from the games.
No,
No.
they've got characters from the games, but they're always like side characters, like whatever she's called, Mila Jovovich or whatever. Her character's not from the games.
I've only played was it the sixth one or the fifth one? Anyway, I used to play
One of those
with
ones.
my
I've played
friend
one
now
of
and
those.
again.
Yeah.
And what were their names? There was about 4 or 5 characters, right? And you could
There's a
just choose which
Redfield,
one.
but I don't know which one.
Redfield, yeah. Is his name Chris Redfield?
I think there's Chris and Claire Redfield.
Yeah. And Helena something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I played anyway.
I like the Resident Evil games, but I don't like the character designs. They always look like something at a fucking Final Fantasy or something.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
They've all got that sort of like anime quiff do going on.
But in the newer ones, they look more realistic.
Yeah.
The 6th one, they didn't look as anime as you say.
Did you ever play the original ones, the like old PlayStation ones?
My dad did, and I can't really remember.
There's-
Remember it, but I remember watching him play it.
They're set up in a really weird way. It's like it's all set on certain camera angles, like in a
Yeah.
weird thing. It's like you're playing through like a CCTV camera sort of footage,
Yeah.
where every time you enter one room, the camera angle changes and you just walk
Yeah.
across.
Silent Hill does the same thing. It can get a bit irritating though.
Yeah, that's what's put me off playing it because I thought I'd play through them all, but I don't think I'd be able to get past that weird sort of camera angle thing.
Is there nothing in the options that you can change? There usually is.
I don't think so because that's sort of originally the gimmick of the game until they changed to like a first-person shooter kind of thing,
Yeah.
or third-person shooter even. Right, other ones I've got on here. Pokemon. I don't know if Pokemon's classed as a video game one. I don't know which came first, whether this is a card game or the Game Boy game. But they had a shit ton of movies and TV shows and
did.
shit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch
I
any of them?
Pokemon. Watching it.
Me too. I didn't really get to play the games, but I loved watching the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've never once played a Pokemon video game. I used to have all the cards. I used to watch the films and the TV show, but
Did you used
I've
to get
never played the game.
Did you used to get the little toys as well?
Yes.
Yeah. How
They were
much
great.
shit?
Just the
How
little
many?
figures.
How much just random shit did they bring out for Pokemon? I remember I collected the cards, the little figurines, and they brought all these like metal dog tags that everyone had for a while.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
And they
I
had
remember
those
dog tags.
something called WAPs.
Are they
And you
the
could stack them.
were they the little disc things that when you twist them, they had like a 3D layer thing on it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
used
those.
to collect them WAPs. Loved
I
them.
had one of them and it was really cool, but I couldn't find anywhere that sold the other ones. That was
Yeah.
usually the case for me. I'd have like one Yu-Gi-Oh card.
They used to sell them at off licenses and paper
Yeah.
shops. They used to do loads of little things you could collect. You had the little
They did stickers at one
phone
not
charms, and then you got the stickers. I used to collect them.
with the stickers. They were
cards.
like those little square things. They used to sell them. I know they did stickers, obviously, but they did some kind of like sticker-based merchandise with some weird name again, like whatever Wazoos or something. And they were like I can't remember. Like you said, they brought so much shit just with the Pokemon name on it.
Yeah, it sells though. Well, at the
Yeah.
time it did. Well,
yeah.
it does now again, because there was a long time where you just didn't hear of it anymore, and then they brought it back on phone, didn't they?
They
Yeah.
brought it back with that app. which
Oh
I
yeah,
never thought
Pokemon
was
Go.
shit.
The app that lasted like a month.
Yeah, there was a massive thing about it for probably 6 weeks, and now it's as good as dead.
Yeah.
I did play it for a bit, but then it just drains your battery, and it was just boring because all you could do is collect them.
Yeah, I went into work when it came out, and the manager went, "Have you been playing Pokemon?" I'm like, no. Why not? He went, "Because it's not going to last. Everyone's going to get bored of it after a while because no one's going to spend that much time going out just collecting them. It's like the Wii. The Wii, everyone bought one when it came out because it's like, oh, it's a video game, but it keeps you fit as well. And then after a month, everyone only gets it out at Christmas.
I forgot my Wii, and it's not been played on in, I'd say, upwards of 8 years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You get the Wii out when it's like the party goes dead. It's like, well, what do we do now?
They should make a movie out of the Wii Fit characters.
Yeah.
It's just the two, the white woman and the white guy, just with no face.
Or just like a me horror film where they're all trapped in a house, but they've all got like the floating heads.
They're trapped. What's it called? The Me Plaza or something?
Yeah.
Just trapped in there.
I remember there was a time when we first got the Wii, and I think it was during the summer holidays. So my mum and dad were at work, and I was waiting to go on to college. So I got really bored, so I just spent the entire time just playing on the Wii, and I made fucking tons of those, just like Joker ones and Batman ones and shit like that. Yeah.
And if you connected it to the internet, you could copy and paste other people's Mii's.
Yeah.
So I'd just steal Mr. Bean and Spider-Man and Tasmanian Devil.
And what you'd do as well is you'd be playing bowling or something, and you'd see all these fucking weird characters in the background after that.
Yeah.
It makes it more fun.
Like in the audience.
Yeah. Right, I've got some other films on here. See if we've watched any of these. Most recent ones that have come out, we've got Warcraft. Did you watch that at all?
Nope.
No. Not a fan of World of Warcraft, can't get into it.
I'm not either.
Never played it.
Assassin's Creed, did you watch that?
Nope.
No, because I don't really like the guy that plays him.
Fassbender.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of him.
I really like Michael Fassbender, but I'm not a fan of the game.
Yeah, I didn't think he fit the guy. What's he called? Ezio. I don't think he fits Ezio. So I just didn't watch it.
We planned on watching it the other night, and we got exactly 59 seconds into it, and it starts off with one of those monologues where it's like it's a time of civil war and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like scrolling text. And we paused it halfway into it, and we're like, do we really want to watch this? There's going to be loads of Spanish subtitles, it's late, and we just couldn't be arsed. So 59 seconds into it, we just turned it off.
So it's just full of subtitles.
Well, no, it opens up with one of those explaining the story things. We had it on the screen paused, so it's like, right, we'll read this, and we couldn't get through it. It was that boring. It's one of those things where it's like, we're in the 16th century, the Catholic Church are doing one of these, and it's like, ugh. It was just all the boring words in one paragraph, so I thought, nah, fuck this. But apparently it's not got good reviews anyway. It's from what I've heard, they spend most of the time in the future or whatever it is rather than the past. And what's the thing with Assassin's Creed? Is it jumping in a barrel or something like that? That's like...
Yeah, you can jump in haystacks.
Yeah, haystacks, yeah, that's right.
That's like one of the main features of the game or something like that, and they've cut it out of the film. So, I don't know, it didn't get the good reviews.
Did it not have that much free running and...
I don't know.
Buildings?
There's a little bit in the trailer from what I've seen, but like I said, we couldn't be arsed watching it.
Yeah.
See, the thing with films like that, though, if they try and go too much off the game, what ends up happening is to try and fit a full story from a game into a 2-hour film.
Yeah.
And then you just get it where, like what you said, where you get monologues explaining things where... Normally in a game, you've got the time to sort of figure it out for yourself, but in a film, because it's shortened down to 2 hours. They've got to like cram everything in and tell you what's happening.
Well, that's the thing.
Then you play the game and figure it out.
You've got the problem of, say something like Assassin's Creed and Warcraft or whatever, because I think they got the same kind of negative review things. If you're a fan of the games, then you pretty much know all the story and what goes on, so you just want to go in and watch a film based on these characters. Whereas they want to appeal to everyone, so people like me who doesn't know anything about Warcraft or whatever needs it explaining, but that's going to diminish from the film itself.
Exactly. The thing about video game films as well is the audience is partially why I think they don't really succeed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes games, game characters, don't work as well on a big screen, so they'll have to sort of tweak them, change them in certain ways. Yeah. And then that gets negative responses from fans, like, oh no, they changed this, and this. It's not about the game, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then if they kept it too true to the game, then it just wouldn't work as a film. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think most of the time as well, the whole story and everything you need to know is in the game anyway, so there's not really point in making a film.
Exactly.
Do you think that one of the problems that these films have, like take Tomb Raider for example, I don't know if you've seen that, the older Angelina Jolie one.
Yeah.
That film is so fucking boring, but is it because...
Quite a few of them. How many is there?
I remember there was two of them. There's Tomb Raider, and then there's something like Cradle of Light or something like that.
Right, yeah.
And I only watched the first one, but it was so boring. Is it because you're not actually playing the game? Is it because the story that they're going off is boring, and you're just not playing it?
Because one of the things about video games is you have that sort of... It's kind of like you control the character, so you can venture into areas where you want to go.
Yeah.
Whereas the film, it just goes into areas where maybe, I don't know.
See, that's my problem with Assassin's Creed. Whenever I played it, the only thing that's put me off is the story. I can't get past the story. I think the character looks cool, but the story's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
But the gameplay's really good.
The thing about games these days, though, is they don't genuinely tend to have a story anymore. What happens is they'll have like a short sort of story what you can campaign through yourself offline.
Free roam.
Mainly, free roam. But mainly they'll all these games will be like for online gaming, so they'll be like more like game modes as opposed to a story that you've got to sort of progress through. Yeah,
they did that with the new Call of Duty and Star Wars, didn't they?
They don't
have campaigns.
Storylines.
Yeah, they don't have campaigns. Yeah.
With Call of Duty, subtle storylines such as the zombies. They've got little backstories, you just have to listen, and then there's the cutscenes and the characters, they'll have conversations with each other, and you just got to pick it up from that. Which I kind of like, because I love that game. But yeah.
I think one other thing as well is, with games, one of the biggest things about games is dying and respawning, and checkpoints and all that sort of stuff, whereas in a film you don't get that, because obviously you can't kill a character and then they respawn, I don't know, 50 metres away or something like that.
So
sort of takes away from the game feeling, I think, in a way.
So would you like to see a film that is made like that, so when they die they respawn, so it's just like a video game but a movie?
They did that with that Tom Cruise film, didn't they, where he's like it's not a video game one, but it's something like he's a soldier in like the future or something, and every time he dies he's got to learn from his mistakes. So they kind of did that.
As a film, I think it would be good, but I don't like if you got a film where the plot, like maybe the character's got some sort of power where every time they die, they get to sort of respawn and maybe a couple of years in the past so that they can avoid the mistakes they made, which got them killed. But as a game film, I don't think it'd work because every game film would be the same.
There's Wreck-It Ralph's film.
Wreck-It Ralph's is a fucking good film.
It is.
I've not watched Wreck-It Ralph.
It's good. It's it came out the same year as Pixels, I think, and from what I've heard, Pixels is shit.
Yeah, I've heard really bad things about Pixels.
The only thing about Wreck-It Ralph that I knew disappointed a few kids was Sonic the Hedgehog was on the poster.
Yeah, and he's only in it for like...
film, he's in the background just walking past.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that with a lot. They had a couple of game characters or something that was on the poster, and then it's like they're just cameoed in the film.
Anyway, still have an okay film.
Yeah, I've got a list of just video game movies on here. Half of them I've seen. One's like I've not seen the Mortal Kombat. I've not seen Street Fighter. But the one with the highest Rotten Tomatoes rating on here is Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, which is at 44%. And then followed by that is Angry Birds at 43%. So that's like these are the top quality video game films, and they don't even make it on a good scale.
No, they don't even hit the 50% mark.
Everything else is in the 30s at the top.
Yeah.
So there's a clear problem with it.
Depends what website you go to as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's the only video game film that I like is they did a movie based on Tekken, which is the old fighting game where he plays like
that one.
Yeah.
They plays like kangaroos and shit.
It's
and
a bit cheesy.
Yeah, it's really cheesy. They've not got the kangaroo and whatever in the film because that'd be ridiculous. but the film itself's not too bad for a basic plot and just martial arts movie. So I enjoy that one, but the rest of them, from what I've seen, like Hitman, I don't enjoy.
What's that noise?
Is it picking it up? It's the brewery beneath me.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fucking chucking barrels about like Donkey Kong. See, I can leave that in now because I've tied a reference to it. I don't have to edit the fucking barrels out.
You're just gonna have to keep doing that every week.
Yeah.
Just coming up with excuses for what your mistake was.
Yeah. We've sort of touched upon most of these video games are now kind of not based on movies, but going off a film sort of plot. So you've got your like, I've not played Uncharted, but from what I've seen, that's kind of like you're playing through a film event. You know, like you do like running along trains and stuff. It's all quick time events or whatever, and you're playing like a plot of the film. So do you think it's necessary to do video game based movies, or just more video games that follow a movie sort of style?
I think there's certain video games that would work in a movie and other ones wouldn't. It just depends on how complicated the game is, because it's the same sort of scenario with it's just like if you try to get the say a TV series for Dead that's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
If you try and do from season 1 all the way up until now, but fit all of it into a 2-hour film, you just couldn't do it without making a shit film.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same with the game. If you get like all the best games, they have really good stories behind them, but they'll be too long to squeeze into any film. So
what about a TV series then?
A TV series would work.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like a game, isn't it? Like you can.
We're gonna be doing that with one of the games I've chosen.
Are they?
Yeah.
I heard they're meant to be doing a Call of Duty film at some point.
Really?
No.
Yes.
What kind?
It's supposed to be coming out either 2018 or 2019. They're meant to be releasing it, but the thing with a film like that is how do you do a film based on it, because they don't really have any set characters.
There's so many storylines.
No.
And it's really vague, isn't it? Because they're all set in different wars and whatever.
Oh, I'd so do it on the zombies. That's got a more fixed story than the actual war-based game.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You've got... I don't know what to say with it because I've not really played Call of Duty, but I know you've got the World War... whatever, 1 and 2 ones. You've got your Modern Warfare ones. You've got your Future Warfare ones. Black Ops and Zombies. So you can't do a film which does all of those. So how do you pick one, and how do you set like a character to follow?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't think it'd work.
No.
It'll just be a
There is one of the soldiers that has a diary that they might use that to make the movie.
Which is the one? There's a guy who wears a mask or something in there.
No idea.
Is that not Ghosts?
Yeah.
The new one. No, I haven't played that one.
That's the only one I know that it has like sort of a main character, but the rest of it, it's just you. You imagine if they did it all in first person, it's just you running about fucking chucking grenades and teabagging people.
Yeah. I didn't really play the story mode campaigns.
Yeah.
They were just boring. I just went straight to online or zombies.
Yeah.
So this is what I was saying before. The games, they don't tend to put all of their efforts into making story. It's all online gaming, so there's no story in online gaming. So they mainly focus on like game modes and stuff like that for people to play and enjoy.
Yeah.
So it'll be harder to try and interpret that, especially into a movie.
Yeah.
Like what you said, with no characters, and you just can't do a film that's all in like a first-person shooter.
Yeah, you need a story to at least work from originally.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like you said, with the Call of Duty games, they've gone completely off base now, and you don't really play anything to do with the campaign, to the point where they've pretty much nearly removed it completely from all future games. Like, I've played maybe the first 4 levels or something of Black Ops on the campaign, just because I didn't have live at the time, and it's
just boring. It's
fucking boring. It's just move to one direction and shoot something, move to another direction and shoot something.
I was playing Black Ops 3 with my friend. We were doing the campaign because it's multiplayer now. You can play with 2 people.
Yeah.
And we got stuck at this one bit where there was just loads of robots continuously coming at you.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep doing it. And then it puts you back to this ridiculous checkpoint, so you've got to do the whole level again. I thought, fuck this, not playing this again. So it just gets tedious and repetitive.
I think it's a shame with video games, because when I was growing up on them, it was I had my PlayStation 1 as sort of my main console, and it's still the same one I mainly go back to. And that was mainly focused on platformer games. But now, everything that comes out is always a shooter. There's no... I mean, other than Minecraft, there's nothing that's a platformer that sells at the moment. You don't get your Crash Bandicoots or anything anymore.
No.
Your Spyro.
It's just... you gotta look in the right area.
To me, all the modern video games that are coming out, they all look the same. You've got either your Call of Duty style ones, which are set in like a gritty battlefield, or you've got your space ones where everyone looks like something out of Mass Effect, and they've got the big power armors and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like those are the only two games that are out at the moment, just clones of them.
Even racing games are going out of style.
Yeah.
And nobody really goes on. I can't even think of a racing game. Forza.
Yeah, I was going to say, when did the last Forza game come out? Well, that's the only franchise I know that's still going. Gran Turismo's
comes out
dead.
Every year. A new version comes out every year, I think.
I didn't even know that, so it just mustn't be as big of a thing anymore.
It seems like there's sort of three games that they bring out. They bring out shooter games, the occasional racer game, and FIFA, and those are the only like three games that are ever out that people play.
When I was at that event, there was loads of different kinds of games.
Yeah.
I'd say the best place to look for original games is in indie game sections.
Yeah.
Because they've got to come up with something creative to get noticed. So
yeah.
if they just do something that everyone's done, like a war game, they're not really going to get that noticed.
No, because they'll just think, well, why don't we just get Call of Duty instead? Whereas if they've got something unique, I mean, VR's all the rage now, isn't it? Everyone's got
there's loads
VR
of
stuff.
There were loads of really clever VR games there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the place to be. They're hiring a lot in that area as well, so I think there's going to be a lot of things coming out in VR.
Yeah, I want to get one at some point. I know they're expensive, but from what I've seen from some of the games, you can get some good stuff from it.
About the price of a console, £200.
Yeah. And you're only paying for the headset, aren't you? Do you not need a PS3 to play them on?
Yeah. So you pay for the headset and you'd have to get a PS3.
Yeah.
Or you can get one for your computer, but your computer has to have a certain graphics card.
Alright, mine's probably knackered then. I don't get gaming computers.
No, I don't either.
But no, from what I've seen from VRs, the Rick and Morty one's pretty funny and stuff like that. And then obviously you've got the horror games, they're really cool.
Oh yeah, they're brilliant. There's a lot of potential with horror games in VR.
Yeah. But from what I've seen, a lot of them, with the horror games, the official releases are quite good. You've got like whatever it is, the Slenderman one and stuff like that. They're quite good because they've been out for a while. But I've seen people playing just these indie games, and it's like whenever you see like the monster come out, it's just like a black sort of stick man running at you.
Yeah.
But because it's coming at you from nowhere and you've got the VR set on, it still scares the shit out of the people playing them.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Yeah, most of the time with indie games, it's them just starting out. And if they get a successful game, with that money, they can go on and make better games. That's usually the case.
Alright, do we want to move on to pitches? I don't really have any other games to talk about here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, Helen, you're starting us off this week.
Oh, am I? Well, mine's really scruffy as usual. First game I thought would make a good TV series. Well, they're already doing it, so I don't know if that's cheating or not. But when I played it, I thought this would be perfect. It's Life is Strange, which is a multiple choice game, which I can see being quite difficult to put into a TV series if it's multiple choice. It's a girl, and she wakes up out of a dream in her photography class, and she figures out that she can time travel. Don't know where the power came from, but yeah, she can time travel. So she asks the teacher to go to the toilet. She goes to the toilet, and a girl in the toilets gets shot. So what she does, she rewinds time and saves the girl from getting shot. And then from there, it's just a string of events, and usually it ends up with the girl that she saved from the toilets nearly dying in about 3 different situations, or 4. And she has to keep rewinding time to save her. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but you can either kill the girl at the end, and sacrifice her to save the town, or you can sacrifice the whole town to save the girl.
So is it a bit like no matter what you do, this girl's always destined to die?
Yeah.
Yeah. That does sound like a good idea. It sounds a bit like a crime sort of thing or detective sort of show if they did it.
And there's a lot of character development in the middle of the game and just friendships and everything.
Yeah.
It's a good game. It pulls you in. And yeah, that's it really.
Is it one of those ones, have you played the Walking Dead? Is it Telltale games where it's...
Yeah, it is. It's just like a Telltale game, but there's a bit more roaming around, finding things, doing a bit of detective work, picking up items and making stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like the butterfly effect as well.
Yeah, where one thing triggers off something else.
Yeah, there's a lot of little references to spiritual things. So certain people will have spirit animals.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Weird things like that, anyway. And I couldn't really get casting it was quite difficult. So one of the cast members, because she looks like the main girl called Max, there was a girl when I was watching Misfits, and she looked just like her. And her name's Hannah Britland.
Right.
If you Google her name, and then
I'm on it now.
Yeah.
Hannah.
Google her name, and then Google the characters from Life is Strange, and you'll see.
Yeah, I do see the resemblance.
Yeah, and then there's the other character called Chloe, and I can't find one for her, so I might need help with that.
Right, let's see if we can figure this out. Right, I've got a picture of her up. This blue-haired girl.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to start with it. She doesn't really look like a person in general. She looks kind of like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like a lizard.
Yeah, she does.
I'll try and figure one out.
I think it's the same creators of Life is Strange. I think it's the same publisher or company as the new Tomb Raider games.
Yeah. The main ones that are coming up for it, you've got Emma Stone, the chick from Twilight, and Juno, what's she called, Ellen Page.
No idea. I don't think any of them fit that role.
No, they don't look like her. I think they're your generic teenage girl choices. Surprised Chloe Grace Moretz hasn't come up.
Generic teenage girl. Yeah, that'll do. And I've got a second one, if that's alright.
Yeah,
just
go on.
A quick one. Call of Duty Zombies, because that's my favourite game. And do you know the 4 characters that you play as?
Yeah, you've got the I can't think. You've got the trucker cap girl, don't you? And
oh no, that's the second game.
I'm on the wrong game.
Yeah. No, well, it's the same game, but there's different sets of characters.
Alright.
So you've got the Nazi zombies, what they called, 935 or something, and then you've got Green Run, which is the one with the girl, and then there's something else. Anyway, the one that I've picked is as Nazi zombies, because that's the one most people know of. And for Richtofen, the German, I've got Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Because it just fit that
role. He's
perfect.
Nazi German.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And then Dempsey, we've got Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's a good cast.
Yeah. And then Takeo, the Japanese guy. I don't even know this guy. I've just had to Google this because I don't know any Japanese actors. Oh, don't say I've closed it. Just give me a second. I will find it.
I've got a picture of them all up here.
What was that? What was the game that had... Was it Shane from The Walking Dead? There was a Black Ops...
Oh yeah,
there was a zombies one and Shane, body... whatever you'd call it, for one of the characters.
Yeah, it was a shit game, that. I was well disappointed with it.
What was that for? Was that an add-on or is it just a zombie game?
It was... Do you know Call of Duty, how they have all these Nazi zombie games?
Yeah.
Well, there was one of the zombie games, I think they all have different characters, and one of them has Shane as his body double type of thing, like they used his body for one of the characters.
They do that for a few of them.
And stuff.
I can't remember which one it is. Is it Modern Warfare? No, that's the old one. Infinite Warfare? No?
I don't know. I just can't. I never played the game. I just remember seeing the trailer for it, and then I was like, "That's bloody Shane from Walking Dead, is that?"
Well, they
used him.
They did one where they was meant to be doing a Silent Hill, I think, as well, where they had Norman Reedus do a body casting or whatever.
Oh, that game looked amazing, and then they cancelled it.
Yeah, and they had Guillermo del Toro directing it as well. So that would have been fucking well good, but for whatever reason they cancelled it.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see the gameplay of it, and it looked brilliant.
You might be thinking, Aidan, of there's one where it's Call of Duty Black Ops, and it's Call of the Dead, and they had George Romero from Night of the Living Dead sort of wrote the story for it, but it had Merle from The Walking Dead, Michael Rooker. It had Buffy, Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, and Danny Trejo from Machete, and there were your 4 characters.
No, they did another one, and he was in it, but it was just a shit COD game, and no one really played it.
I'll see if I can find what it is.
It wasn't, because the main people that make zombies are called Treyarch, but in this specific COD game, Treyarch didn't do it, so it was just a shit game.
Yeah, I found it.
I think I found it. Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies.
Yeah, that's
the one.
But it's got a pretty good casting in this. It's got Malkovich.
It had
John Malkovich and Bill Paxton as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
So they got a good cast, but the game was just bad.
Yeah.
Whose pitch is up?
Oh, it's me.
Yup.
Okay, I've gone old school with mine, but I've gone for another shooting game.
Right.
So my pitch, I'm doing Time Crisis, which is based on do you remember the arcade machines with the red and blue guns, and you shoot things at the screen? Well, they did game console ports back in when PS1s were still about, so you could get the arcade machine version onto your console.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I had the first one on PS1. It was fucking ace. I weren't too good at it because you've got to sort of complete each area without dying and without running out of time, and every time you finish an area it gives you like an extra 30 seconds or something onto your time. Right. So it's not one that you can sort of easily do on a PlayStation, because you've got to sort of move the little receptacle or whatever about. You need one of those laser guns to do it. And for the plot of the game itself, I'm kind of lucky because it sets itself up like a film. Every intro for these Time Crisis games is like a trailer for the movie. So what I'm going to do for the listeners, I'm just going to stick the intro in here, but for you guys I'm going to sort of read it out.
There's been a kidnapping. It's Rachel, the daughter of the president of Sertia. Get into the castle and rescue Rachel.
Sometime, somewhere, someone is plotting a government overthrow. A small republic is in danger. It's time for the one-man army. Richard Miller. She must be dead by now.
Don't come!
Rachel McPherson.
Since you have traveled so very far, be my guest and let me entertain you.
Cherudo Garo. Just to be sure. Wild Dog. Time Crisis.
Right.
So basically, the president of Sertia, which is a made-up country, his daughter's been kidnapped, called Rachel, and this kidnapper's a ginger guy who's ethnically ambiguous, and he's got a flair for knives and white suits. He's called Shirudo Garo. He was the Japanese guy that I almost cast or whatever, but I couldn't figure it out. So he's got a henchman called Wild Dog, who's this shades-wearing motherfucker, and only one man can save Rachel from this ginger flamboyant guy. He's called Richard Miller, and he kind of looks like Tom Cruise in manga form. He's like a Japanese stereotype of an American person with like a leather jacket and slick back hair and that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And it's all polygons as well, so he's got like a weird sort of mohawk where they couldn't be asked doing his hair properly. So in this game you play as this Richard guy, and you just shoot your way through a castle starting in like a warehouse stage, and you've got till the clock strikes whatever midnight or something to save this girl. And it's a rail shooter thing, so you don't jump or anything, you just duck behind barrels, and then you pop up when you're reloaded and you just shoot these things, and every time you kill these guys you move on to the next bit, and he just walks you there. You'll probably have played it at some point. Like I said, there's a fucking ton of them always in arcades where you have to like shoot bugs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually you reach Rachel. She's tied up, and it's like an ambush. So you fight this Sharudo guy who throws knives at you from behind these pillars. You kill him, and then this wild dog guy, the guy wearing shades, he kidnaps the girl, tries to take off in a helicopter. But then you stop him, and then like the credits roll, sort of like the end of Predator. You sort of escape on a helicopter. So it's like an old sort of 80s, like a Stallone or Van Damme sort of film.
Yeah.
So my pitch would basically follow the same plot for that. So for the character of Richard Miller, I thought Tom Cruise initially, because he looks sort of like a character or whatever that's in this game. But then I reconsidered it for Keanu Reeves because of the John Wick style fighting that he's got, all the gun fu. For Rachel, I sort of I was thinking of like an ethnically ambiguous actress, and it's a young girl, so I couldn't think who to choose really. But the only one recently who's sort of can put on an accent that I've seen in something good is the girl from Logan. I've got Daphne Keane here because she's pretty good, and also because you don't really get any damsels in distresses anymore in these sort of films. She's obviously someone who can do like her own martial arts and fight back and whatever. For this Sharudo guy, I was going to cast an Asian actor because of the name, but in the game he's clearly Caucasian. He's like the whitest one going. So I thought for a suave yet campy villain, I picked David Tennant for that.
Yeah.
And then lastly, there's Wild Dog, who's the Shades dude, who's a guy who's sort of like a serious kind of threat villain in the game, but he's also like one of those Mad Bomber sort of people where he's sort of a cartoon character. So I picked Dominic West for that. He's best known for The Wire, but I know him from he plays Jigsaw in Punisher Warzone, where he does that sort of like half serious but a really sort of cartoony, campy villain in that.
Yeah.
So that's my cast for my Time Crisis movie.
Very nice.
Aaron, what's your pitch?
My pitch, I would like to see Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2, whichever game, as a film, because when you start campaigns, a bit about Left 4 Dead 2, in case nobody's played it before, it's just a simple game where literally you've got campaigns, and the moral of the game is you've got to get to the safe houses whilst killing zombies. So you've got to go through certain paths, and then there's like obstacles, and anyway. So it's really simple, and I think it'd work great as a film. Like each campaign could be a film. So the first campaign could be film 1, second campaign film 2, blah, 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 all the way up. So for cast, I cast the Left 4 Dead 2 characters. I got for Nick, which is he wears like a white suit. He's quite arrogant in his own way. I got Bradley Cooper to play Nick. I think he's got the look for it, and he could probably pull it off.
Yeah.
Ellis, which is sort of like he's a young guy who's, to me, I think he likes to show off a little bit, and he's like a little hillbilly kid. He likes to show off, and he wants people to think like he's some sort of badass, but he's not really. He's just like a kid.
Yeah.
I think is it Jesse Heisenberg? Is he called Heisenberg?
Heisenberg. Yeah.
Yeah. Guy from Zombieland. I think he'd make a great Ellis. And then we've got Coach, which is an African American man. He's like a big African American man. I think Chad Coleman would be great to play him. Do you know from The Walking Dead? I think he played Tyrese.
The big dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
And then also from The Walking Dead, I got Sonika Martin Green.
Yeah, I know
Rochelle.
that one.
She played
Sasha.
Sasha, that's the one.
There we go.
Sasha.
I like
close.
Sasha. She was a good character.
So I've got Sasha as Rochelle, and I think they'd make a really good cast.
She'd be good as that, yeah. The only one I'm not sure about is Ellis. I reckon you could get someone that's more of a hillbilly, really good at the
I just couldn't think of any hillbilly actors though.
Let me try and have a look what he looks like, and what's the game? Left 4 Dead, Ellis.
Left 4 Dead,
Ellis.
Put in Left 4 Dead 2, Ellis.
I'll try and think of someone. Right, so you want a young hillbilly or something then?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's quite humorous as well though, isn't he?
Not too hillbilly, he's not like got like missing teeth and stuff.
Right,
He's
what
quite
about
funny.
The kid from Kingsman?
Oh.
If you put like an accent on him
He
or
does
something.
look like him.
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, he'd work, and he's quite funny as well.
Yeah. As long as he can do an accent, then it should be fine, I think.
Yeah. All right. So we'll recast Jesse and put whatever his faces. I don't know his name.
Yeah, fuck off, Jesse. You sacked.
That is actually a good cast.
That is a good cast. What's his name? Do you know, Luke?
I think is it Taron Egerton or something like that? Taron Egerton. It's something weird. None of these kids have like normal names now. Taron Egerton or Egerton. I don't know.
Well, that kid. Anyway, so we'll have him as Ellis. And the best part about Left 4 Dead 2 is there is no cast. There's only them four and then the infected. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's a small cast. So you don't have to be like a massively budgeted film. The plot of the film, it's pretty simple. It start up because when you start a campaign, like the loading screen, it looks like literally like a TV, like a movie sort of poster stuck to like a grimy wall, and then at the bottom it says starring, and then it's got the characters' names, including your name, whichever character you are. So it's set up as like a film anyway. So it starts up like that. So the first film would be the first campaign in Left 4 Dead 2, which is Dead Center. There's also an intro movie on Left 4 Dead 2 when you load up the game before the game loads. There's an intro movie which sort of goes through it, and in the intro movie there is a scene from Dead Center. It's like an elevator scene where they're all in the elevator and then the doors open and all the zombies are there, and I thought I could put that straight into the film.
They have a little conversation between themselves as well.
That whole elevator scene where they're having like a conversation between themselves, I could put that straight into the film, and it'd just be good because there's one campaign split into 4 parts because there's 4 safe rooms, so you've got to get from one safe room to the other all the way until the finale, and at the end of the finale you get to like the rescue vehicle, whatever it is. So it's already split into 4 parts, so I think it would be really good. With the special infected as well, because there's normal zombies and then there's like sort of special, sort of mutated zombies with like special abilities and stuff. I think maybe for the first half we don't see any of them, and then in the second half it could be like sort of like these infected are changing, and then like some sort of mutated special infected comes and you've got to fight it or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really good.
That sounds really good, that.
Yeah, it would make a good film. There's a few people that made their own fan-made films, and there's one that's actually quite well made. But the only thing that's wrong with it is it's dubbed over because I think they're Brazilian or something.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to it if you want.
Yeah, right. I will give that a watch.
Cool.
They're making a Tomb Raider movie, another one.
Yeah, I've seen some photos from that. It looks good. It looks like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So
based on the new ones, right?
Yeah, from what I can see, it looks like I can't remember who they've got cast for it, but the pictures look like she does in. Remember when they brought out the reboot and it looked not grittier, but like dirtier and less giant polygon tits.
Yeah, and then Borderlands, I'm not sure if that's been made into a movie, but if they did, it'd be like Mad Max, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Borderlands would be a good one.
Is Borderlands a first-person shooter?
It is.
Yeah.
That's the one where it's sort of like zany though, isn't it?
What do you mean?
It looks like a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I love it.
It is really good.
It's got a nice style, anyway.
I'll get a quick thing up here. There's a couple video game movies coming out in the next couple of years. There's some of them I remember, but if I just get the list up, I'll be able to read them out. So like I said, the Call of Duty one was supposed to be coming out at some point. Again, I don't know how they're going to do that, because they cannot make money off that. The only reason people are buying Call of Duty is for the multiplayer, and anyone who's going to watch the film are just going to be Call of Duty fans being like, they cannot expect something good from it. They can't be like, oh, that was a good film. It's going to be disappointing no matter what. So it's supposed to be doing a Just Cause movie.
Just Cause.
Oh yeah, I've played that. The multiplayer mod on PC.
Yeah.
I've played that.
Is that the one where he's got like some sort of grappling hook or something?
Yeah. And you can climb up buildings.
I think most of these ones you guys will know more than anything. I mainly just do old games. I don't really keep up with the new ones just because I don't have the money to spend on it. Yeah. And my consoles are really old. Dragon's Lair, I don't know what that is. They're supposed to be doing
what that is.
They're supposed to be doing a Five Nights at Freddy's film.
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah.
No.
I know that one.
Oh no. Oh god.
Pokemon's Detective Pikachu.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Why are they doing that?
On May the 24th, 2019, Minecraft.
No.
Minecraft.
Worse.
I tell you what, I started writing sort of a screenplay back when I was in high school for a Minecraft movie, but it was a horror film instead, and it was pretty funny. It was like it's just a guy sort of it was a bit like I Am Legend, where you're just this block guy walking around, and then all of a sudden all these like fucking block monsters start coming after him. It was really ridiculous.
Jesus.
A Sonic the Hedgehog film is supposed to be in the works. I like Sonic, but
might be alright as a film.
yeah, they've got the guy who did the first Deadpool movie directing it, so it might be alright. But the thing with Sonic is after like the 4th game or whatever back on Sega, it started going all anime and manga and shit, and it went a bit too like furry territory.
Actually, didn't it?
Rampage, that's supposed to be coming out soon. That's the one where it's the giant gorilla who's a bit like Godzilla.
I've never heard of it.
Have you not heard of it? It's like
No.
It's a bit like Donkey Kong or whatever. You're a giant gorilla and you just smash up buildings. It's got The Rock in it, apparently.
Fair enough. I've never heard of that one.
And then Tomb Raider is the next one to come out after Resident Evil, which came out last year, or this year.
Yeah. I think Tomb Raider will be pretty good.
I think I'm trying not to keep any hopes up for Tomb Raider because, like I said, the last ones were shit. But
if it's based on the new game, it might be alright.
I think Tomb Raider would work if they used the characters, used sort of scenes and stuff, but if they didn't try to recreate the game in a film.
Yeah,
if
they do something different.
And took, say, the environment from the game.
Yeah.
But created a totally different story and a totally different sort of objective, then I think it would work.
It could work really well because they could do like a new sort of. They could build a franchise like an Indiana Jones sort of thing out of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
And sort of do it like how Resident Evil's nothing to do with the games really, except for it's vaguely got the same sort of plot, just different characters, whatever. All you need to do is just do a film where it's Lara Croft raiding tombs and doing like an Indiana Jones style story.
Yeah.
You don't need to really follow everything in the game.
If they adapted their own story for a film and then left the game's story alone, then it'll be really good, I think.
Yeah.
It has the potential to be really good anyway.
I do hope that she jumps over the butler though and locks him in the freezer. That's the best bit about the Tomb Raider games.
Oh yeah.
That pretty much covers it. I've got a list of a couple of other ones that I want to see. Pac-Man, Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the Rapper.
What other games would just be impossible to do? Like fucking Space Invaders. Apparently they're supposed to be doing a Tetris film. I remember reading that at one point.
No, I was going to say that's a joke, but I can't imagine that being
I'm sure it was a legit one. Like a studio bought the rights to Tetris as a movie property. And from what I remember, it was something like they were going to base it kind of like Battleship. Whatever happened in that plot. There's a thing here where it's just come up and says Tetris gets trilogy as story too big to fit into single film.
Are you joking? What the fuck?
How?
You imagine there's like a post-credit scene or something where it's just the line piece coming down and then it cuts off. Dun dun. Fucking hell.
What if it's just cubes falling from the sky and destroying everything?
I remember watching a fan trailer for that, and that's what they did. There was a company that did it where they did that and Minesweeper, and it was like Saving Private Ryan, where it's like there's 3 around here, which means there's got to be 2 over this way, and they were like digging up mines. And there was a Pac-Man one as well, where it's a guy dressed up in like a yellow motorcycle costume running around chasing ghosts.
Oh.
Anyway, they'll try and milk as much out of these video games as they can. It won't be long until you see like an urban version of Parappa the Rapper, where he gets into like drugs and gangs and shit.
That sounds good, I want to see that.
Yeah, a rated 18.
Yeah.
Parappa the Rapper.
He takes up karate.
That'd be good. Like Karate Kid mixed up with Straight Outta Compton.
Yes. What was Parappa the Rapper? He's like a dog or something in a beanie hat.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
What if it's one of those people, those furry people,
yeah,
wear fursuits, and he's just got a beanie on.
It's like a lot of furries, but like in a gang.
Yeah, that'd be really good actually. I see that working now.
Parappa the Rapper goes to cross into the wrong neighborhood. He's like, "Oh, where you going, Parappa? You in the wrong hood now, boy."
Yes.
Gets the shit kicked out of him. Could have like his best friend get shot or something.
Make it really dark.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
Isn't the whole point of that game he learns to rap and karate to save his friends from getting bombed?
Yeah, because this guy comes in and just starts eating their chips or something like that, like a McDonald's, and he takes up karate.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hard game as well. I remember playing it. I can't get past level 1 because the rhythm of the fucking game's way off. So when you press the X button as the X's are coming along, it just doesn't register at all.
Kick, punch, jump. Kick, punch, jump.
I think that does it for the show. Fucking these barrels underneath are doing me in. So we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, with another episode. If you want to reach the show, you can reach us through pitchandmoanpod@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Podomatic, all under Pitch and Moan. You can subscribe to us on iTunes through Podomatic, and that pretty much covers everything that we're at.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Quit your bitching and start your pitching.
In the mind, if you wanna text me until you find the things I'll teach ya, sure to teach ya. Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher now. Kick, punch, block.
Kick, punch.
Chop, kick, block.
Chop, kick, block.
Block, duck, and kick it.
Block, kick.
Block, duck, punch.
Block, duck, punch.
Duck, duck, tongue.
Duck, duck, turn.
Achoo, yeah! That's it for today.